contracts. You know what I mean? He would have got Sting and fucking Flair for 2 years on that money. You know, I think Vince, the ego, and especially Vince, was properly full of testosterone back then. You know, that was such a huge victory for him. You know, and I think that's where Vince really fell flat. I think in terms of he actually lost his own self and lost his own code in planning as to where he's usually pretty much spot on and on the ball. And I think Noel, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, that there was just literally no planning from a man that usually has a fucking year-long plan in place, pretty much with everything he does. So, but I mean, at the time, if we can take ourselves back to that, though, I mean, at the time as a fan, you were thinking, oh my God, the possibilities were endless. I think people were playing one of the SmackDowns at the time, and you were able to, you know, they had all the bits and bobs in there where you could make I think that was the one time where you were like, right, fantasy booking here becomes reality. Like, I can put Sting into this game and Goldberg and, you know, whoever else. And, yeah, like just fucking absolute. I mean, I'm sure you're going to tell the story as we go, but like, I mean, this could have been the greatest period or thing to happen to professional wrestling of all time. Unfortunately, it didn't.
It could have propelled it forward in glory years for another 15 years at least. We wouldn't have had to suffer the fucking dregs and the death of a company which must be loved. I mean, any company without competition is no company at all. You come to coast, and I mean, there's a word for it. They call it a Pyrrhic victory. When you lose more in victory than you had to begin with, like you won. Yeah. But what did you win? At what cost? Like, and essentially that's what it was. It was a Pyrrhic victory, and sad. But again,
I think looking back at it today as well, I got the feeling that you know, not only did he work the WCW guys, because ultimately he just wanted to, you know, smash it to bits, basically a little bit, to be honest. But I think he
took it personally on that one, didn't he? He took it personally that he lost a few on that one, I think.
Yeah, but I think even looking back at it, I got the feeling that he had sold a different scenario, even to Shane and to Steph, who came in to do ECW. And I think they were kind of even sold down the garden path on it, because I think they were sold on the basis that they were going to be separate shows and like separate entities that would feed in. And occasionally on pay-per-views, you'd have kind of crossover, you know, sort of fan matches that fans want, you know, like your Sting versus Taker or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But it just, you know, the one thing about it was, when I looked at it, I felt that it sort of happened a year too early, because I think in order to sort of solidify it and make it real, you know, as much as we kind of detest the kind of stuff that went on with the NWO and stuff like that, but you kind of needed those guys. You needed Flair, you needed the NWO, you needed Sting, you needed Goldberg. And
they had most certainly positioned themselves as a massive draw. There's no question. That's undeniable.
Yeah, because
they were moving merch.
Yeah, because I think if you go back and look at it, I mean, the guys...
Austin was still wrestling at the time, wasn't it? Like, and that was like not about a year or two beforehand. I mean, the big dream match was the two baldy lads that wear just the black pants and the black boots. You know what I mean? So,
and I think once it was announced, the whole WCW thing, I think the fan base got really excited, and that's what their expectation was, that we were going to get Austin and Goldberg and, you know, Taker and Sting
and Taker,
you know, all these, you know, and, you know, maybe the NWO versus DX or whatever it is, you know.